Hello and welcome back to the port. I'm the Gav Major and this is a Let's Play in HMS Cheshire, the British Premium Tier 6 cruiser that has recently been introduced to the game for 12,500 doubloons. Now this is a game of domination on land of fire. I've spawned in the centre and I'm thinking I'll swing out towards the Alpha side but keep an eye over the Bravo objectives, so that's why I've got my guns trained in that direction and high explosives loaded. Tier 5 and 6 game. On the enemy team we have a Jervis, a Gazinaire, a Zara, a York, a Fiji, a Helena, a Pytovelic and a Pytovelic, so only the one tier 5 on the enemy team. Now thanks to refill station, that York is in range. Whether we can lead enough is another question, but we might as well test the water. Ooh, one hit. I was about to say close but no cigar. However, we have a Zara there as well. Actually, let's go for the York again. And we probably want to just reduce how much we're leading by this time. Oh, spotted in the centre is the Fiji, which means we know where the other Fiji is. Lo and behold. So a Let's Play in the Cheshire is slightly different to a review. Let's Play is literally I just playing the game and explain what I'm doing as I'm going along. Whereas a review obviously goes through the stats and compares them to the other cruisers at the tier. Now if the review does interest you, that'll be carded top right now, but will also be available on the end screen should you wish to watch this all the way through. So Cheshire is an interesting mixed bag of a cruiser. She's very much a support cruiser, and that's why I like to play her in at as much range as possible. Command build and the ship modules will be down in the description. Double Fiji division in the centre does concern me because the British AP will really hurt my superstructure if they do start tearing me apart. Finally getting a fire. Hopefully it's going to stick. No. Everyone's too quick to put a fire out these days. I mean, I could do with a couple of people just letting their fires burn just to let me get some proper damage out. Nope, the York's gone and beached themselves, so I'm just going to keeping myself aware, but the Fijis don't seem to be paying attention to me. I suspect the Zara turned away from the Alpha objective, so it's obviously just time to abuse this York for all he's worth. However, I am coming under fire from someone. Got a fire on the York and he might burn out if someone... Nope, kill denied. A Gazinaire has been spotted. Might as well swing this round for the Fiji because my 9.2 inch high explosives will easily penetrate the side of the Fiji. I might even be tempted to try a bit of armor piercing. Switch my guns to my port side. Zara's way off over there, and to be honest, that's fine by me. There's no objectives over there. One Fiji spotted. It's worth a little dabble, isn't it? A Gazinaire, the only tier 5 on the enemy team spotted. Might as well keep high armor piercing loaded, you never quite know. Let's wait for the full load to load up. See what we can find. I thought I aimed a bit higher and somehow it still landed short. Use the knowledge that he's slowed down for those torpedoes. Ah, someone else is going, very nice. So we've got a KG5 coming under fire from the remains of the Legends there. I'll just put the fire out because he won't be setting me on fire again.
Fire. Problem solved, sir.
KG5 has fired armor piercing. That Fiji looks like he's gone stuck himself out, so we're just going to see what we can get. From the front two turrets we only managed to get one overpan. That was a pan. There we go, there's a citadel. And I think we should be able to finish him. Even if he is turning away, his stern is a very... Get some torpedoes out. We'll get some sonar on. Go down to gun view. Nice. I think that Fiji's concerned that he's been spotted, but he doesn't know what by. And we're basically chasing him out. I mean, my front turrets can see him. Torpedoes have managed to make their mark. Amusingly, the secondaries on the Cheshire are actually quite nice. Ah, we're going for the cap, are we? Right, let's do that then. Spotted by eye briefly there, which would lead me to believe the destroyer is a lot closer than I anticipate. Cautious of... there's the Poltava, okay. Spotted by aircraft, that's not too much of an issue.
Many thanks.
That Jervis should have fired. Question is, oh, Zara is firing on me. I think we should be alright. Zara's firing way off. Oh, that lightning's too... oh, alright. I think we are going to have to go after the Zara, but what we'll do is we'll also kite away from the Pytal Velik. Oh, the Poltava, I should say. There we go. Just aiming at the deck line, hoping that it lands somewhere in the superstructure. There we go, some penetrating hits and another fire. With the Matsugon, it's only a matter of time before I become the focus of his attentions, so I obviously don't want that to be happening too soon. It's getting a little risky because I've got the Poltava off to my port side and the Zara off to my front. Taking a bit of punishment through the stern from the Poltava. Have got AP loaded. I'm sure the Zara has seen me broadside on. More than likely he has got torpedoes out. Nice. Kept him broadside onto me, which meant he had to put himself in an awkward position against the rest of my team. Might as well clear the barrels, load up HE. Managed to shoot down the aircraft quite nicely. Let's see what we can get with AP. Nothing. The AP on the Cheshire is one of those things where you only really want to be using it at medium to close range against broadside targets. Targets of opportunity. Now, she can't tank 15-inch, but the Poltava is 14-inch, so you might be alright to actually bounce the Poltava's rounds. Have to lead a little bit more. The thing is, it keeps looking like it's going really slow. Taking a painful hit through the starboard armoured belt. Going to use that repair party. Yes, I get a fire at last. You know what, we might switch to AP after this and see what we can get. Oh, doesn't matter. Well, that was a very strange little game. Pretty much all tier 6s on the enemy team, apart from one tier 5, so I call that an even match pretty much. Our team had one tier 5 as well, so yeah, pretty even teams really. 68,000 damage, 45 hits on target, no kills, 6 fires, 1 citadel. Against the Fiji, wasn't it? Yes. And the torpedoes actually came into some use against the KG5, which is quite nice. Second in the team, I'll take it. Can't really complain. That was actually quite enjoyable game in the Cheshire. Obviously, ship service cost is the same as a normal tech tree tier 6 for some reason. We'll see if Wargaming patch the Cheshire in the future. It's quite potential that they have just balls that up, to be totally fair. So this is a game of Capture the Base on Trident, tier 5 and 6 game. Genevi, Fubuki, Nuremberg, Mayuku in a division with Colorado, Indianapolis, Bayern, Warspite and Sinop. Spawned on the right side with a friendly Guidey and Eisenhower, and I'm swinging right out to the side. The reason being is I've gone for quite a range build on my Cheshire, which is well, the commander build and the modules are down in the description, but I also do go over them in the review in some detail as to why I choose them, if that does interest you. Unfortunately, can't quite get a bead on this Nuremberg simply because of the islands, but at the moment, let's see, 3 of their 4 battleships have been spotted, so until I know the exact location of where their battleship is, I'm not exactly in a rush to show my hand. Okay, there's the Warspite, so now I can start to work around it. The reason being is Cheshire has a gigantic citadel, and she can't bow tank anything really. She's gonna get torn up if she gets shot at, so she's one of those ships where it's about not being shot at. However, obviously able to do a bit of a number on that Fubuki, and it looks like he's going to burn up for a little bit. Gonna pick on the Warspite, but also I'm turning away. The Warspite, if you don't go for the range modules, that Warspite would only just be in range. However, thankfully with my command build, I do have a maximum range of 17 kilometers rather than 14.9, so that does give me a lot more control, or map control, I guess you could say, with this cruiser. And I think with the slow firing guns, you want to have that range in order to just try and touch things that you normally couldn't. especially considering the very slow rate of fire and the low gun count. Okay, so we have a Nuremberg here. Let's try some AP for a change. Okay, let's not bother. Nuremberg's doing what Nurembergs do. So now turning in, but turning in against the Warspite, but having to bear in mind that off to my left on the map there is a Mikawa, there's 2 battleships and another cruiser all playing hide and seek with the island. I'm in a position where that Warspite spotted by my friendly Fubuki and I'm not spotted. Enemy Fubuki is a good distance away, I'm not too concerned with that. So let's see if we can just get some damage out on this Warspite. I'm now spotted thanks to the cruiser over in the centre, so I'm going to have to push up just a little bit. Don't really want to be sat still. Predicting that the Warspite's going to speed up a little bit more. Enemy Fubuki's gone, which is nice. Because the Warspite fired, I'm quite comfortable in turning, well, kind of broadside on / turning away. Friendly Fubuki's gone, so I think I want to break off this engagement against the Warspite and start getting some distance between me and the enemy Warspite. My team has melted like the winter snow. So my hope of not becoming focused is slowly disappearing. Front turrets are finally getting ready to engage. Only 2 fires so far, which is a little bit disappointing with the 24% chance of setting fire. However, the amount of airtime with these shells does seem to be quite a lot. There we go. Enemy snop is weak, tempting. Warspite did put the fire out, so I know he's going to burn up for a little bit. Noting that our base is being captured, so I'm partially on the way, but with an enemy battleship in the area, that is going to be difficult. I think we're going to burn the snop up.
We sank their battleship.
So there's just me and one other cruiser left in this game. And that Warspite is still burning. Not going to be in range of that Bayern. I am in range of the Gnevi. Okay, a bit of a panic shot. See what we can clip him. know I've got a lot of ships behind me, which is not nice to know. Getting 2 fires on the Bayern though.
It's all on you.
Well, I don't think we're going to live long. We still have all our HP and 2 repair parties, but in the Cheshire that really doesn't count for much. So I think we'll be going down very quickly, considering I've got 2 battleships and 2 cruisers to my port, starboard side, and then I have a Bayern and a Galloping up to my front. Ooh, Colorado. You'll have me for breakfast very easily. Spotted by someone, I might as well put the sonar on. Only briefly spotted by someone. With the Bayern, so this is the kind of range you don't want to be at because you can't battle tank 15-inch. It just goes straight through you, unfortunately. We might as well put the repair party on. We're not going to have much longer to really use it for.
Target penetrated. Fire. Problem solved, sir.
Let's see what we can do in this close quarters brawl.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
Not the kind of situation we want to be in Cheshire, but we'll see what we can do. You can see that the secondaries can do a number. The problem is your ship just can't survive being in this range. We should be going pop any time now. And there we go. So, definitely not the situation you want to have Cheshire in at the end there, but there isn't really much choice, and we managed to double our damage by knocking out the Galloping and the taking a good chunk of the health of the Bayern. Up until that point, we were only on 44,000 damage from picking on the Warspite and the Snop and other things like that. So we didn't really have a high damage game until really the end there, and that was simply by just having to do what you had to do, unfortunately. However, 63 hits on target, 10 fires, 36 secondary hits, 2 kills, which was the Sinop, which barely had any health left, and the Gnevi, which, so even with those really fast Russian torpedoes, he tried to torpedo me when I was bow on. You really shouldn't do that. You kind of want to force the cruiser to commit to committing to a turn or something like that. Otherwise, it's very easy for a cruiser to swish around your torpedoes. First place in the team, but I really think that's only down to that last hurrah at the end there, which probably scrapes me into having a decent score. Economy wise, obviously at the moment Cheshire's ship service cost is the same as a Tech Tree tier 6 cruiser, so she has no discount for being a tier 6 premium, unfortunately. So at the moment she's not an amazing ship, and she doesn't offer you any kind of rewards through the economy screen either, which is always the most amusing. As always, it's modules and command build down in the description. Also down in the description is the channel email address should you wish to send in any of your own game captures for the community videos. Also, there's a link to Patreon should you wish to support the channel on Patreon, because this channel is a non-monetized channel and always will be, so you'll never see any adverts. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy this kind of content, feel free to subscribe. And if you aren't already subscribed, I'd say thank you very much, guys, for your continued support, comments, and contribution. And until next time, I'm the Galloping Major, and back to the ball.